Welcome back to Fearless Journeys Thriving on Campus, the podcast where we tackle the highs and lows of college life and mental health. I'm Corrine.
And I'm Steve, and today we're going to talk about what everybody really wants is happiness. And it's not the, winning the lottery kind of happiness. We're really talking about practical everyday hacks that we can help you to feel better, boost your mental health, without quitting school and finding yourself in the mountains somewhere.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be great, but here it is.
Yeah.
Try to be happy while we're here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So instead of abandoning civilization for self-discovery, let's talk about small science-backed ways to boost happiness starting today, right where you are.
Yeah, and stick around because by the end of the episode, you're going to have we're going to give you 8 easy happiness hacks to try. Yeah, it'll be fun. And Corrine, by the way, how many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
I don't know.
10 tickles.
That's something my kids would tell me.
Exactly. Okay, first we're going to talk about dopamine because we want to look at the science of happiness. So dopamine rewards small actions. Micro achievements really increases our moods. And dopamine is basically kind of the brain's way of giving you that gold star, that, pat on the back. When you do something enjoyable like eating chocolate, checking off your task list. I'm going to even say petting a dog, even though that's not my thing. But, your brain releases dopamine. And so do something enjoyable and, get a little hint of happiness there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything that works for you, as long as you're not hurting someone else.
Right?
Yeah.
What would be your go-to dopamine boost?
Something that's really, really simple, just going outside.
Oh, yeah.
And having the sun on my face. Lately, there's been lots of birds chirping that's instant happiness for me.
It
it's
is.
Really
I don't
fun.
know what it is about the birds singing. It's great.
I think it's like hope. Yeah. Seasons are changing. Things are going to start growing.
Yeah, we get the green, we get the freshness.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So treat yourself, to something, check off your to-do list, even if it's just to make a to-do list. It's really important sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever works.
Mm-hmm.
So our next tip for happiness is sleep. So students, listen up. Sleep is not a luxury. Your brain needs it to process emotions and regulate our mood. And the key things that I've learned when I've done research around sleep is we need to have a consistent bedtime and a consistent wake-up time. And whatever that looks like for you is what matters, as long as when you get up in the morning, you're feeling rested and ready for whatever's to come that day. So a lot of times we hear you need 8 hours of sleep. That's not necessarily true for everyone.
True, yeah.
I think what I recall learning is it could be as little as 5 to 6 hours up to 10 hours.
Imagine 10 hours. Whoa.
Yeah, I know. What a luxury. So finding that number that works for you, and it doesn't have to be 8. It has to be a consistent bedtime, consistent wake-up time, and then feeling rested with whatever that is.
Yeah, and the thing that really gets in the way of this, the morning alarm.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah.
What?
Well, and I know with students, they have inconsistent schedules. So as much as you can, there is wiggle room with that bedtime. There's a little bit of wiggle room with wake-up time, but trying to stick within, I think it's 30 minutes to an hour as much as we can.
And trying to kind of have that same pre-bed routine and a lot of different things for sure. And we know that, our brains kind of get mushy when we don't get enough sleep. So imagine being a student and you're taking a test with a mushy brain.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Getting that good night's sleep leading up to those big assignments or big exams, because then you can remember the stuff that you learned.
Exactly.
You can focus on getting that assignment finished.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is the sleeping brain's favorite music group?
I have no idea.
REM.
Woo! Love REM. I think my brain would get riled up with REM.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like that one.
All right, so our next point is looking at movement. Exercise is like happiness cheat code. Even just 10 minutes of movement can boost mood and reduce stress. And I mentioned exercise, but I really want to highlight movement. So it doesn't have to be exercise. The gym working out could be someone's movement, but maybe that's not everybody. So thinking about what helps you feel happy in a movement like context. So that could be going for a walk. That could be dancing in our kitchen while we're preparing food.
Could be going disc golfing, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Just whatever works for you, moving your body.
Which kind of explains why, yoga people seem so suspiciously happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
At the gym the other day, it was really funny because someone put their water bottle in my Pringles holder. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at some of the hacks we can try. So we're going to look at first the 2-minute rule for motivation. So if you ever feel overwhelmed by tasks, if something's taking longer than 2 minutes, just do it now. I mean, that's 2 minutes out of your time. It's not bad. And clears that mental clutter and kind of builds momentum. So
with the 2-minute hack, you're saying if you have something that takes 2 minutes, just do it?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. What's 2 minutes out of your day?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's get it done. Checklist. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Happy. Well, and if you put a bunch of those 2-minute tasks on your checklist, look at how much stuff you're getting done.
Yeah. Like half your checklist is gone.
Yeah.
Because really, I don't do much more than 2 minutes of work at a time. So even social interactions can actually boost happiness. So, what you can do is send a meme to a friend, say hi to your neighbor, if you have a nice neighbor, and compliment someone's shoes. It's those micro moments of positivity that really, can increase your happiness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even that little chat with the person who gets you your coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or, your coworkers come in and say hi in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Or they don't, but that's just that. No, happiness, your coworkers say hi in the morning.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Last year, I joined a group for Socially Awkward, but we haven't met yet.
How strange. That's a good one. The next one, sunlight challenge. Even like you said earlier, 10 minutes of sunshine can really increase your serotonin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And that doesn't necessarily have to be going outside. If you have a nice window, just standing in front of that window.
Yeah. Imagine a nice window.
Yeah.
The sun shining in, nice and warm and cozy.
Yeah. Drinking your morning coffee. Yeah. Getting ready for your day.
Plants around.
Yeah. Yeah. Lots of plants.
Man, that's a happy thought right there.
Yeah. All right. So our next one, laughter as therapy. Did you know laughing, real or fake, can actually trick your brain into feeling happier?
Yeah, absolutely. And we actually tried this once called laughter yoga. Mm-hmm. It was kind of interesting because you force yourself to laugh, but then everybody starts laughing.
Because it's funny when people try to force themselves to laugh.
Yeah, it is. And it feels good after it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was kind of a good fun time.
Yeah.
And, you can always laugh at some of my jokes every once in a while.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe.
Our next one, the One Good Thing Journal. So every day, writing down one positive thing that's happened, even if you found an extra fry at the bottom of your bag.
Oh, man. Yeah. Positive things.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah. And the more that we practice this, the easier it comes. So it might be initially a little bit difficult, but the more consistent we are, we'll notice things and maybe create a little more gratitude.
And then we start looking for those positive things.
Yeah.
Much better.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next one, decluttering your space equals decluttering your mind. So a messy room can equal a messy brain. For myself, if my house is getting really messy and things are getting piled up, I know that means maybe I haven't left myself enough space for happiness or taking care of myself. So just taking a moment to clean up that space when you have time. It could be one of those 2-minute tasks.
Yeah.
So getting a couple of these hacks
look at that,
into one thing. Yeah.
You're going to be really happy.
Yeah. Just keeping in mind, we don't want to be doing this at maybe 3 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, absolutely not. At 3 a.m. is probably not a good time.
Yeah, probably not.
But I do like to make my bed in the morning and that, just having a uncluttered room in the morning, it can do wonders for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I tried to clean up my kids' room the other day. Mm-hmm. They were just not ready to Lego anything.
Oh, terrible, but funny just the same.
Yeah. Forced laughter.
Yeah. That's the way dad jokes work so well.
Yeah, they do. They really do.
Absolutely.
I've learned to appreciate them.
Excellent.
All right, our next hack, the power of saying no. Overcommitting is a happiness killer. Learning to say no without feeling guilty is a really great way to create some happiness. And we want to check in with ourselves. If we're saying yes to a lot of things, how are we feeling? Are we feeling overwhelmed? Are we feeling anxious? That's our body's way of telling us, hey, we may have overcommitted to too many things. So practicing that no. It's again, like the gratitude piece we talked about earlier, it does come with practice. It does take effort. Mm-hmm. But you'll notice once you find those boundaries and are saying no to the things that you don't have time for, you don't have capacity for, you will have more energy, you will have more time to focus on the things that really matter.
Well, I call those positive moments.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But don't say no to your boss too many times because you could lose your job.
Yes. Yeah.
Or your professor. Yeah.
Yeah. So figuring out what works, what's appropriate. Yeah.
Maybe saying no to, buying your coworker coffee every day. Mm-hmm. Probably, saves, a little bit of money too. So that's always makes me happy.
Yeah.
That's why I don't buy coffee anymore, Corrine.
Fair. I don't need that much coffee. And our last hack that we have is random acts of kindness. So doing something nice for someone else is a way to create happiness for us.
Yeah, I think it's really one of those special things. And when you're doing something nice for somebody, you actually feel good too. Mm-hmm. Just like the person who buys you a coffee at Tim Hortons drive-thru, right?
Yes, yeah.
You kind of pay it forward and
Yeah, that's such a happy surprise when that happens.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, especially when your order's like $10 or $15. Mm-hmm. No, that doesn't happen too often.
No, it doesn't.
But just a coffee or a tea.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But even like with this, you could hold the door open for somebody. And just like sometimes when people say thank you when you're doing that, like, you're making a little bit of happiness for someone else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's why I think trees make such good friends. They're always rooting for you.
Yeah. Okay, so the next thing that we wanted to talk a little bit about is some common myths about happiness. So our first one, I'll be happy when.
Yeah, hear that a lot for sure. Spoiler alert, if you're waiting for that perfect moment to be happy, you're going to be waiting for a long, long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, happiness isn't something you find. It's something that you can create a practice around and build in your life.
Right. And the more you practice at something, the better you get.
Yep.
So being happy, it's not a matter of when. It's a matter of how much you put into it. More stuff equals more happiness. We see that a lot, right? It's another myth. Buying things can give you short-term dopamine hit. You get that shopping hit kind of thing. But long-term happiness comes from, those experiences you have, relationships you have with people, especially your co-host on a podcast, and, just that meaning in life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which explains why I still have 3 pairs of shoes I've never worn.
Oh, yeah. Didn't quite bring you happiness.
No.
They
were
moment.
Pretty in the moment. Yeah.
I'm afraid I'm a shoe person too.
Yeah. They're so pretty.
Well, they're so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We've thrown a lot of happiness hacks your way, but now it's your turn.
So pick one of these hacks, try it this week, whether it's, getting that more sunlight, getting that gratitude journal, making your bed, making those small changes, it can really add up.
Yeah, and just picking one of the things to start with and then building on it.
Imagine that. Like we said, we can do 2 or 3 at a time.
Yeah.
Wow, we're going to be so happy.
If you like this episode, share with a friend. Happiness is contagious in a good way.
And the only kind of thing we really want to go viral.
Yes, true. So true.
Especially in these days.
Happiness isn't about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating small, joyful moments every day. So start now. Try one happiness hack, share this episode with a friend, and remember, life's too short to take too serious. Laugh a little, dance badly, and enjoy the ride.